Mr. Arvind Thakur, the head of NIIT Technology, getting ready to address the media. As of now, the numbers still haven't hit the screen, but quickly, while we do that, let's run you through the expectations. Q4, remember, was a good quarter for NIIT Technology on a rather low base because the company had been disappointing the street over the last few quarters. So Q4, things look good for the company, and since then, that stock has actually done well with a rally of about 18%, and that is significant because most of the IT companies came out with a weak set of earnings. So this quarter, we're working with a revenue growth of close to about 3%. Margins are seen slightly lower by 150 basis points, coming down to 14.8%, but there is an impact of a wage hike as well as a visa cost, which will hurt their margins, and that flows through into the profitability. The top line growth will be important. It's currently seen at about 3% as per the Religare estimates, but that will be boosted because the company had done an acquisition, if you remember, of Incessant Technology.
You know, Rima, as we speak, I think we're getting the numbers, but I think these are standalone numbers, so we're waiting by the numbers that you were talking about. I'm sure the consolidated numbers. So the profit and loss account of the standalone numbers, in fact, are out. But remember, the street works with the consolidated numbers. There will be a big difference in both the standalone as well as the consolidated numbers. So I don't think we should really read much into these numbers. But the standalone numbers.
I think I have the numbers. 641 crore is what the company has delivered on its top line. So that is looking pretty good. That would be a growth of close to about 5% that the company has delivered. The profit after tax has come in at 58.5 crore. That again is higher than the Religare estimate. So that explains the spike up that we saw in the NIIT Technology stock. Once again, let's pull that up. The margins have come in at 104.2, so that is also looking pretty good. So on all the three parameters, on revenues and on margins and profitability, it's beaten Religare estimates. Let's cut across.
Out the result to the stock exchange and so on. So welcome to the first quarter results of this financial year. And as usual, I'll ask Mr. Thakur to take us through the high points, and then we'll open it for questions.
Good afternoon, everybody. So the results and the press release is available with you. Let me just first quickly comment on the environment, and then I'll take you through our results. I think after
Okay, we'll try and reconnect. In the meanwhile, let's take you through the numbers. Revenues have gone up by 4.9% on a quarter-on-quarter basis. 641 crore is what they've delivered, a beat compared to the 3% that the street was anticipating, and better than the 2.7% growth that they delivered last quarter. Margins are looking pretty healthy at close to about 16.3%, unchanged on a quarter-on-quarter basis. We thought the margins would decline because of the wage hike and visa costs, but the company has managed to execute well, and coupled with the strong growth that they've seen on the top line, they have managed to maintain their margins. Bottom line is showing you a minor degrowth of close to about 6.5% at 58.5 crore. Don't go by the numbers which are reported in the previous quarter, because there was an impact of close to about 80 odd crore that the company had made because of a dispute that it's settled. But on an adjusted basis, it appears that the profits are down marginally.
That's right, Rima, but you know, the margins, I think, as per what the estimates that we were working with the number of around 14.8. The margins have come in excess of around 16%. So the operating performance is very good, but the profitability has come in only at around closer to around 58 crores. So that as well, in fact, is a beat of close to around 10% on the bottom line itself. So the numbers look very good. The street is rewarding it with a gain of close to around 5%. Rima, what else should we be looking out for? Because you had mentioned that the wage hikes, visa costs, that's going to impact the margins. That's not really come about. The top line growth we were estimating nearly around, or the brokerage Religare was estimating a growth of nearly around 3%. It's come in at a whopping double-digit revenue growth. So that's looking quite good as well, Rima.
Double-digit volume growth?
Double-digit revenue growth.
Okay, that would be on a year-on-year basis, but I think we're ready to cut across.
We're dominant in the travel and transport space. Here, in the industry continues to be very positive. And if you look at the recent report which the Airline Association IATA has taken out, they talk about growth in both passenger traffic as well as cargo. And so that, basically indicates that 2015 will be a good year for the travel and transport industry. The banking and financial services, which is the other segment, that we are focused on, continues to see growth in IT spending, driven basically by the macroeconomic outlook, which I just shared with you. The insurance segment also under the quarter in review, we have seen reports from analysts like Celent, which have talked about more than 4% growth in IT spending during the year. So a lot of this growth in IT in the above sectors is likely to be on account of
analytics to provide better service, to their customers. So with this background, if you look at, the results which is there in the press release, that we just shared with you, you can see that revenues are up 11% over the same period last year, and sequentially it's up 4.9% quarter on quarter to 641 crores. We have seen improvement in operating profits as well. That's up 34.5% year on year, and sequentially growth 4.5% quarter on quarter to 104.2 crores. And operating margins have also improved by 284 basis points year on year. And despite the wage hikes, that we have given in this quarter, they remain steady at 16.3%. And net profits have improved 35.5% to 58.5 crores during the quarter. So all in all, very good results in terms of what we see in the quarter. The growth has primarily come on the back of strong growth which we have seen in our international geographies. In fact, our international geographies have grown 8.9% during the quarter sequentially. There has been a decline in the domestic business in India, primarily on account of some of our very large government programs which have now got into the operations and maintenance phase, as well as there is always every year a seasonality in our GIS business, which is again predominantly focused with the government, where in the fourth quarter of every financial year we see a peak and then there's a sharp decline in the first quarter. So domestic revenues have declined, but international revenues have grown, and as I mentioned, they have grown 8.9% sequentially. Now, as a result of this very strong growth, that we have seen in our international geographies, the margins have offset, the decline that would have happened as a result of wage hikes, because international geographies generate much higher margins, than as a domestic business. Also, during this quarter, we have integrated Incessant Technologies, which was, an organization which we had acquired during the quarter, basically to focus in the area of digital integration to expand our presence in digital services. And it's a business, which is margin accretive. So even that has contributed, to the growth in terms of us, I would say, in terms of improvement of our margins, during the quarter. So if I were to look at our performance industry-wise, very strong growth in the insurance space on the back of growth that we have seen in a number of clients that we acquired in the US in the second half of the last financial year. We've got a good boost with the integration of Incessant, for our banking and financial services business, because that's a place where, they are very strong in. We've seen growth in our travel and transport segment. Predominantly all our large international clients have grown in the travel and transport space. So all these have contributed, all these segments have contributed, to a growth of our business. We've seen a decline in our government business, and that's a conscious direction, that we're taking as an organization. So all in all, we've added $97 million of fresh order intake during the quarter. leading to $300 million of business executable over the next 12 months from our order book. We've added 15 new customers through the acquisition of Incessant, and so they are predominantly, in the BFSI space because that's where they are focused on. And we added 2 new clients in the travel and transport space, which is the business, which is the focus of NIIT Technologies and the Sharp segment.
All right, those are some details of NIIT Technology, but overall a very good set of earnings from the company. It's a beat on revenues, margins, as well as profitability, and internals are also looking good. 2 of them I'd like to point out. Order inflow for the quarter at $97 million is an improvement compared to $89 million that we saw in the prior quarter. And secondly, attrition, which has been a problem for the company, has inched down significantly. So from 15.75% in the previous quarter, it's come down to 14.3%. So this would qualify as an all-round good performance by the company. And the stock, which has anyway been an outperformer in the last 3 months, post its Q4 earnings, continues to do well today with a rally of 5.5%. We'll touch base with the management in just a bit. For now, it's